As human beings, I am under the impression that we are here to do some sort of work. That this life is a unfolding process of some sort. And we are that process. This moment right now, all of this, is process. Process of the spirit. Process of life. One. Consciousness. God. Whatever you want to call it. The mystery. This is the process of the mystery. This right now, this profound thing that we are not only a part of, but are innately, is an unfolding thing of some sort. We're here and we're doing something and we don't know what that is, but here's the fun part, is that you can't not do the work you're meant to do. You can't mess up. Reality doesn't make mistakes. Reality doesn't mess up. You can't do reality wrong. You are reality. You are existence. It's not like you exist. You are this thing that does this thing called existing. No, you are existence. You literally are existence. At one and the same with everything else that is existence. We are all existence. Here we are. I feel that we're here doing work of some sort. A very complex process, unfolding process of work. And to me, I feel like it has something to do with love, and learning who we really are, and shedding the false notions we have of what life is, what existence is, what love is, who we are, what this is all about. The work is the shedding, the remembering, the tuning back into. And what I'd like to propose in this video is honestly a completely counterintuitive approach to understanding why things happen in our life. Why things happen the way that they do in our life. We're all relatively normal people. We've come to understand over the years that it seems as though the outside world causes us to feel the way that we do inside. Where if someone comes into my life and I fall in love with them, they are the cause of me being in love. If someone comes into my life and is a jerk or is rude or judges me or puts me off in some kind of way, they are at fault for why I feel the way I do inside. You know? If someone robs me, they are the fault. They are at fault for making me feel the way I do inside. But what I'd like to share in this video is, like I said, a completely counterintuitive approach to that specifically. That it's not, it's going to take, what I'm about to say is going to take the normal approach that we take to life and why we feel the way we do and completely flip it on its head. Make it do a complete 180 degree turn from this outside world being the cause of why I feel the way I do inside. Instead of that, I'm here to feel the way I do inside, and this external world is the facilitation of that. We are here as souls to do work. Don't ask me what that work is. I don't know. I'm in the same boat as you. I don't know what the hell this is. I don't know what we're doing here. But in my understanding, we are here as souls to do work, to fulfill. We are on the clock. We are on the spiritual clock. We are at work right now. This is our work we're doing right here. All of this, and rather than this world, rather than us being subject to the consequences of the world, and the world causing us to feel the way we do inside, I feel that it's actually completely the other way around, where we are here to feel certain ways throughout the entirety of our process of life. And the external world, as I said a moment ago, is the facilitation of that. For example, if I was meant in this life to learn about what it means to be in love, if I was meant to question and consider and contemplate on what love is, and to feel within me the depth and the power of love and emotion and intimacy and passion, if I came into this life and was meant to experience and work with that stuff, someone's going to come into my life that allows that that facilitates that work to take place. Someone's going to come into my life that allows that work to unfold. It's almost like it's easier when you're doing a big old math equation. It's easier to write that out on paper. The math equation, the understanding of what you're trying to do is all within you. But writing it out on paper allows it to make more sense. Writing out that math equation allows that equation you're doing in your mind to make more sense by externalizing it and seeing what it's all about on paper. When you have a certain equation you're trying to do in your mind, it's easier to write it out and see what it's all about that way, rather than just trying to do it all in your head and move the numbers and do all the stuff in your mind. You write it out because it's easier to understand it, and it allows you to process and digest it in a more wholesome way. Well, that's exactly what's going on in this world, where we're here to do work, inner work, and this is all of this external world is the written out expression. It's the pushed out expression of that work we're doing on an inner level. If the work we were doing was just on an inner level, this world wouldn't be manifest. This world is manifest to allow that math equation of the work we're doing to play out in such a way that it's understandable and workable. You know what I'm saying? It's not that this world is the cause of why you feel the way you do, and if someone pulls out in front of you, they caused you to be mad, or if someone leaves you, they caused you to feel heartbreak. It's completely the other way around, where in a given moment, you were meant to experience a given sensation, emotion, perspective, whatever it is, and the external world is in perfect accordance and harmony with the work that you're doing on an inner level. You're not just going to feel mad or upset or happy for no apparent reason. There's going to be something in the external world that conveys an apparent cause as to why you're feeling that way. And where this gets really complex is in realizing that me and this carpet and this room and you watching this and everything is in complete harmony with each other. Like I said in the beginning, we are all existence itself. And existence itself is this unfolding process of remembering, what the hell is this, you know? Someone pulling out in front of me and quote unquote, making me angry, they were meant to do that as well, to experience the energetic repercussions of what that did to them. You know what I'm saying? This is a far out idea to understand, and it's not only is it far out to understand, but it's hard to convey. You know, it's hard to sit here and talk about it. It's this world around us right now is like a shadow being cast by the inner work that we're doing. This world is like a secondary offspring of the real work that we're doing on an inner level. I come into this life and I was meant to experience X, Y, and Z, regardless of what the external world was doing. But the perfection of the system, of the game, is that I come into this world to experience X, Y, and Z. That X, Y, and Z is going to be expressed in some way or other in the physical world. It's so powerful and divine, this dance going down. It completely, it's why we're under the impression that person made me feel like that. You know what I'm saying? Somebody does something to you and they made you feel the way you do. It's completely apparent that that's what's going on. You said something mean to me and I didn't like it, so you made me feel the way I did about it. You made me angry. You made me feel in love. You made me happy. You made me whatever. It's the other way around, man. It's completely the other way around, where I'm supposed to be angry in this moment, and you are the sort of you are the catalyst for that experience to take place. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm walking down the road, and I am on a karmic, soulful level meant to experience, let's just say, anger. I'm not just going to be walking down the road and just suddenly be angry for no reason, because the divinity and harmony in this whole dance is that this external world conveys and plays out the work that we're meant to be doing. So I'm walking down the road, I'm meant to experience anger. Something's going to happen in the external world that makes that make sense. I'm not just going to suddenly feel angry for no reason. No, someone's going to shout at me or judge me or tell me I can't walk there, or something is going to happen that makes the thing that I was meant to experience make sense. It's completely interwoven. It's completely interwoven. We're all meant to feel certain ways, and this world that we're a part of, and really, at the end of the day, is the expression, the externalization of that work that we're doing. And where this gets so complex is in realizing that it's all interwoven together. Where it's not like this is my world and I'm the only one with work to do and everyone else is a player in facilitating that work to be done for me. It's more so that we are all here with specific predispositions of the work that we're here to do, and it's completely in harmony with itself. Where when you do something to me, I was meant to feel the reaction I did to you. And in the way that I react to you, you were meant to experience that reaction from me. Really far out stuff. And like I said, hard to convey. But it's a way of looking at the world and ourselves and this profound reality from a completely different vantage point. Realizing that this isn't an accident. This isn't a oopsie daisy. This reality is a extraordinary process. So intricate, so deep. The epitome of perfect. It may not seem so with the things that are happening in this world, of all the pain and suffering and anguish and heartbreak and wretched, horrible things that are happening. But the perfection is that that's meant to be happening to allow you to do the work that you're doing. We're here to do work. This world plays that out for us. I think I said in the beginning that you can't mess up. Reality doesn't mess up. You can't do life wrong. You can't do reality wrong. And when I say life and reality, I don't mean the paradigm, the cultural paradigm that we're taught. You can do that wrong. You can end up homeless or not have a good job or not follow or not follow the laws or whatever in that little microcosm scale of reality. But that's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is reality itself. This moment. This doesn't mess up. This reality doesn't mess things up. This reality is a wave of experience, of work, of divine process. And the way you feel in a moment, although seeming to be caused by someone else or something else, is meant to be happening, regardless of that someone or something that you think caused you to feel the way you do. You were meant to feel that way, and the external world is just, like I said a while ago, the shadow of that inner work that you're doing. And it's really far out because it's somehow completely interwoven all together with everything and everyone, where what you do to me is not accidental on either of our, on the behalf of either of us. What you do to me, you were meant to do that. The way I react to you because of that, you were meant to experience. It's completely equal, completely harmonious. Like, for example, if you watch some of my past videos, or one of my past videos, I talked about how my lung collapsed and everything that went with that. Not only from that lung collapse did I contemplate on death and impermanence and my addiction to nicotine and vaping at that time, but also what came with my lung collapsing was shortness of breath, where I couldn't take a full breath, and I was like over and over again for weeks, probably like 3 weeks or so. I was just like, it was this feeling, it was like a feeling of constantly having to yawn, not being able to get that deep breath. In what I'm talking about right now, I had this far out idea. I was like, if you're familiar with pranayama in yoga, that's a form of working with the breath to bring you into different states of consciousness, where the way you breathe is a certain state of consciousness. When you're shallow breathing, that brings you into a certain vibrational state of consciousness. And that's usually associated with, anxiety or anger or sadness or shock or whatever it is. And then another, breathing like, that's another state of consciousness. Or breathing like, yet another state of consciousness. Or holding your breath, yet another state of consciousness. Every form or rhythm of breathing brings about a certain experience. And I got this far out idea when my lung collapsed and I had the shortness of breath. I was like, what if I was meant to go into a different state of consciousness for a period of time as part of the work I'm here to do as a soul? And the way that played out was by my lung collapsing so that I breathed in a particular pattern that brought about that state of consciousness. Because with my collapsed lung, basically all day I was going trying to relieve that feeling of shortness of breath. I would get lightheaded from how deeply I was breathing in trying to relieve that shortness of breath. And yeah, it was just this far out idea of like I'm going into a different state of consciousness in trying to relieve my shortness of breath. Like my lung collapsing was so that I would breathe deeply to experience that shift in consciousness. However drastic and apparent or subtle it may be. Far out stuff. This is a way of realizing that this isn't an accident. Whatever's going on in your life at a given moment, you can't afford something, or your friend stops talking to you, or your significant other leaves you, or you get robbed, or your job fires you, or you, on the flip side, you get a raise, or someone comes into your life, or you and a friend reconnect, or you travel somewhere beautiful. All the circumstances of your life, which can seem so sporadic and spontaneous and sudden and coincidental, all of that stuff is an amalgamation of events and circumstances that are playing out the work that you are doing on an inner level. To put it as simply as I can, we are here to do work. And it doesn't matter what the outside world is in that work that we have to do. We are here to do work, and the external world is going to play that out for us. The external world, as simply as I can put it, is the shadow of the work that we're all doing on an inner, deeper, soulful level. Really far out stuff. When you get home at the end of the day and you say, man, I have had a shitty day. It wasn't the day and the happenings of the day that caused your day to be shitty. You were meant to experience a challenging day, whether that be emotionally challenging or physically challenging or whatever. You were meant to experience a challenging day, that day in particular, and the way the day happened was to play that out for you to make it make sense as to why you feel the way you do. As I said a moment ago, that shitty day that you think was the cause of why you feel the way you do was the shadow of the real reason you felt the way you did that day, which was to fulfill the given work you were meant to do and live up to on that day in particular. And this goes from birth to death. All we can recall in this life is from as far as our memories go back to right now, to the very moment that we die. The whole time we're doing work. We're ironing stuff out. We're figuring it out. We're letting go of. We're remembering. We're shedding. We're tuning back into. Maybe your work as a soul is to sort of embed yourself deeper in the nonsense and the problematic stuff of life, the hardships of life, of maybe being a jerk, being mean to people, being judgmental, being manipulative, using people, betraying people, shorting people. Maybe your life is, the work that you're here to do is to be a dick for a little while. But it's all for a divine purpose, in my understanding. Like I said, I couldn't tell you why, but I just feel it. I feel it behind and beyond the words that I share right now. I can feel that we're here to do something, and what we're here to do is absolutely based in love and beauty. There's certain experiences that you'll have in this life where you just, once you see it, you realize that there's something deeper going on. And you may go weeks or months or years not experiencing it again, or thinking it was just, a circumstantial moment of thinking in a certain way. But once you see it, you can't unsee it. And it's the beauty of life, the divinity of life, the reality of God, of spirit, of infinity. It's far out shit, man. Far out shit, We're here to do stuff. We're here to fulfill work. And you don't have to worry, because you can't not do that work. You're going to do the work you're meant to do. And if you get all caught up in thinking, oh my God, I gotta do my work, I gotta do my dharma, man, but what's my dharma? Your dharma is to be confused about what you think your dharma is for however long you are confused about it. If you're meant to be betrayed, if someone betrays you, you're meant to be betrayed in that moment. You're meant to be left behind in that moment, to experience the energetic ripple effect and repercussions of what that betrayal does to you. And remember, what happens on the outside is not the cause of why you feel the way you do inside. It's the other way around. You were meant to feel the way you do inside, and what happens on the outside is the shadow, the expression of that inner state that you were meant to experience. So that's all I got to share in this video, talking about completely reversing the way that we perceive our life and looking at life in a different way, a different approach to seeing why we feel the way we do inside, and the relationship that we share with life and that life shares with us. The relationship between subject and object. And I must say, apparent subject and object. Far out, far out. So let me know what you think. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope this was interesting and insightful to listen to. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all in my next video. Namaste.